Okay, so I'm just marking the parameters where I entered and what I was looking for. So let me put that in here. Okay. Hold on one moment. Okay. Okay, so these two lines, it was a sell. So I entered on top and I sold on the bottom. I just need to find the day. Let's see, I think it was Friday. Let me see. Let's try 15-minute. I should have recorded the time. I don't have the time. What time I actually placed a trade. Hold on, let me see if I can find it in my history. Really quick here. Okay. Okay, we'll do another one. I'm gonna show you a $6,000 profit that I did on GBP USD. So we'll do that one because that one I have all the history on that one. So let's do that one. GBP USD. We'll clear all of the indicators. Have you guys been using the indicators at all?
Well, I was looking for that indicator that you just had up there, and I didn't go back and review last week's. So I'm not really an indicator. I'm a moving average person, but I need that indicator. Is it the signal trapper or what is it called?
You're talking about Black Flag, this one?
Oh, the black, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty cool because it tells you the trend.
Yes.
Yeah, what trend you're in, no matter what time frame. That way you don't enter, you don't, trend against the trend, so to speak.
Right.
It's
Okay,
really,
thank you.
yeah, it's a really good indicator. Okay, so this was on the 16th, September the 16th. So let's go there. Yeah, September the
It's the
16th.
signal table.
Yeah.
Is that something else?
What's that? Oh, signal table. That is just the lines.
For some reason, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, phone call.
Hello?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hello, hello.
Yeah,
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Okay. Yeah, this is just the EMAs or moving averages.
Oh, well, that's perfect because then I can use one less indicator on my thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Oh, I
welcome.
guess, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me clear that again. This one I entered at 1.14574. and then I sold it. $1.14171. And this was a sell. So this is where I entered. I'll make that green. This is where I sold. Make that red. A little thicker. Okay, so now, hold on. So I entered on the green, I sold on the red, but let's see, what was the time? At 10:30 in the morning. So let's go to the calendar and put 10:30. Okay, so I pretty much entered on this candle right here. This bearish white candle. And I sold it right here. Entered here. Sold there. Okay. So what was I looking at when I saw this trade? Well, what's in front of it? Let me make it bigger. I'm gonna let you guys tell me, and then I'll share with you my thoughts. Okay, Mark, you want to take a crack at it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got back in here. All right. So what are you doing?
Okay, I want you to share your thoughts on why you think I took this trade. I entered on the green line, exit on the red line. What do you think you would have saw? And then I'll share what I saw. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Let me take a look at examine here for a second. Well, I see consolidation to the left, candles getting smaller there after that big drop. And that was, let's see, then I of course just see the doji, which would say it should be going down. We also have a phase one. Phase two would have been that bearish doji. And then phase three, of course, would have been, I mean, not bearish, but I mean the bull doji. I don't know.
It's pretty good.
I'm just going by what you show on the screen here. I was helping my sister when I had to go take care of her for a minute. So
No, you're fine. I'm sorry.
no, it's not. No, not your fault. But yeah, I mean, you got a bearish candle after the doji bullish candle. Okay, so I think there would have been a reversal there, even though that's a level of support. It broke through that.
Uh-huh.
So I think all signs pointed toward the market should go down.
Very good. Very good. All right, Shannon.
Okay, I was muted. Okay,
Okay.
yes, sir.
What do you see based on the trade that I took?
What do I see?
Yeah.
I see a retracement.
Okay.
I see a hard sell,
Okay. Very good.
long term. And I see right now it's a retracement, but it's potentially, yeah, what I see is a retracement. And
Okay.
you took from those areas you pointed to, you basically had you were in a free value area,
Okay.
is what I call that as far as volume is concerned.
Mhm.
You had no drawdown.
Okay. Very good. Very good analysis. Very good. You guys are on point. Both of you guys. Does anybody else want to take a crack at it? This is a good way to learn, you guys. Just, speak out loud and just share what you think you see here and why you would take the trade and why I took the trade. I'll share with you what I saw. But does anyone else want to take a crack at it? Okay. All right. So let me share with you what I saw. Okay. So if I squeeze this, right? I see number one, the high is up here. So we'll put our resistance level up here. That's the high. We'll put our support level down here, right? And this is a 4-hour time frame. Okay. So remember I told you guys in the chat that I'm practicing on swing trades. Okay.
Yes.
And this was definitely a swing trade. All right. I wanted to time this within this 4-hour time frame, because the same thing you see on a 15-minute time frame, you'll see on a 4-hour time frame. Same exact candles will present itself on every time frame. So once you know what to look for, you could enter a trade in a 4-hour and hold on to it for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, because it takes 4 hours for that candle to close. Okay. So this long red candle right here took 4 hours to close. Okay. But I closed it out within 2 hours. Okay. I could have held it all the way down to the 4-hour, but I saw some activity on the lower time frames that said, you know what, just take your profits and run. Grab the bag, right? Okay, because you don't want to get too greedy, right? So basically, I saw this was a downtrend, right? A serious downtrend, right? I mean, if we look left, you'll notice that this was a serious downtrend. Okay. So the path starts up here, down, up, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? This is the pattern. So stuff like this, you want to mark out. You can do it while looking at the chart just to see what's going on, okay? Because in order for this pattern to be an uptrend, this right here, it had to violate this line right here, this resistance line. it had to go above this resistance line and then touch it and to go up, right? One of those things. But it never did that, right? So it continued its pattern to go low, right? So all of this is a downtrend, right? All of it is a downtrend, okay? Now, since I seen that, I said, okay, now that I know what trend I'm in, I want to take an entry, right? I want to get into this trade, right? But let me open it up a little bit. Okay. All right. So I got a couple of things going on in my favor here, right? I got a shooting star right here. So if you're not reading the Candlestick Bible, please read the Candlestick Bible over and over and over and over. So that way you can identify these candles. I got a shooting star right here. I have a bearish engulfing right here. So this bear is bigger than this candle right here. So I have a bearish engulfing candle right here. So look at that. It continued its bear run, right? Still going down, but then look, what do I see right here? Okay, right there is one of the most significant things in this trade. Right here. These two candles together is a tweezer top. Do you see that?
Yes.
These two tweezer tops right here, red outside of the blue. Whenever you see red outside of the blue, it's going to continue its downtrend. So I entered right here. And like you said, Shannon, no drawdown. It just dropped all the way down to my TP, my take profit. Okay. So that was a really successful trade, make $6,000 on that trade. But let's look left because I want to see if I use the, all right. So my TP was set based on this right here. Based on this support right here. You see how I did that? Because my analysis said, if it's going to drop, it's going to at least get to this point in the trend, right? Right. So that's why I set my take profit. And then boom, it took the profit, but yet it continued to ride all the way down, which is okay. But I still make $6,000 on it. If I would have probably stayed in a little bit longer, I probably would have made another $6,000. I would have made a $12,000 trade, but it's okay. I'm happy with $6,000. Would you guys be happy with a $6,000 trade?
Nah, of course not.
$6,000. You can go on vacation. You can pay off some debt.
Pay off your phone bill.
You're right. For a whole year. Right. You can give some money away. You can give it to charity. You can do whatever you want. This is a great thing about trading, that you could make as much or as little as you want. No boss to ask for a raise, no overtime, right? And you can make money whenever you feel like.
Very soon.
Say it again.
So you're going to retire yourself very soon at this rate.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, even after retirement, you can still make money. You can go on holiday, right? Take your laptop with you, do a successful trade, and it pays for your holiday. Right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, or look at the time frames from what day that go on the daily chart, see where the trend's going, and fire off one there.
Exactly. 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 So you know, this was a really good trade. This is what I saw. And yeah, when you see stuff like this, especially on the 4-hour. So I identified the tweezer top on the 4-hour, and that's what was my trigger. And then of course you put all the other indicators that give you some signals as well to help you, pinpoint your entry. But other than that, I mean, as you can see, it started to retrace and go back the other way after it dropped. But yeah, this trade was placed. Let's see, what time was it? Yeah, 10:33 a.m. Not bad for a morning trade, right?
It's an excellent trade. As a matter of fact, I was watching when you did it. When you did it, I was like, oh, he's on the New Zealand pair. That's interesting.
Right. Right. So there you
You were
go.
looking for your opportunity instead of just letting the market tell you. You were letting the market tell you through other pairs what you could do.
Right.
Instead of just sticking with one thing. And I like that, how you were able to jump to something else and focus on that.
Right. Yep. There you go. So now that, I'm able to analyze a lot more than I've done in the past, I'm able to get these successful trades. And when I go live or do another challenge, I'm very confident that I'll be able to pass it, number one. Number two, and become profitable. But somebody had once said in a video that I watched, treat your live account as a savings account, right? And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, consistently deposit like $25 every pay period, or if you make money from outside means, you have an internet business or whatever, use some of your profits and just throw some of that money into your live account, right? And then trade that account and try to earn 2.5% a week on that account, right? 2.5% a week is 10% a month. If you do that every single month for 12 months, you would have made more money than a regular savings account, right? Because you're actively trading your own money. And that made a lot of sense to me. So now going forward, after some of this overtime is behind my belt, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Small deposits, trade the small deposits and grow it. And then at one point, if you're profitable, you could trade the house money and just pull out your initial deposit if you wanted to do that. So, I mean, that's a strategy to take when you start trading the house money, right? Right there, there's no risk on your part because your initial investment, whatever it was, you took it out, you're trading the house money. So you can grow a $100 account to 250, 250 to 500. And Mark, you're having some success with the auto trader, correct?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Please share.
As of today, 62 trades in a row, all wins, no losses.
Wow.
Wow.
Very easy to do. I started on August the 22nd. I set up a small account. It's advised to have an account $100, when you start out, because your lot size for proper risk management, 0.01 per $100 in the account. Well, I jumped in with $50 and started it that way, and I didn't lose. So just way to go. You will have, because in Forex, like we all know, you do have some drawdowns, it'll pull down, but the thing about that is the market always turns back around and will eventually win for you.
Awesome. Awesome. If you're not familiar with the auto trader, it's with the company that we're with, the academy that we're with. Get with me and ask me what the academy is. I'm not going to mention it right here, but reach out to me, put a comment somewhere and say, Wells, what are you talking about? Tell me more about this auto trader. And I'll definitely share that information with you guys. But and get with Mark. Mark, it's also, he's gonna, Mark, at one point, if you can create a video, or maybe we can do like a one-on-one, and you can show how you set it up on your end. That way I can blast it out to the group. that'd be most helpful as well. So I'll let you know when we can set that up. Okay.
Okay, you talk about how we set up the copycat?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'll have a discussion about that.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, so this was my my winning trade. So as far as analysis, you guys, I mean, I do technical analysis. I do a top-down analysis from the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and then the 4-hour. So remember I mentioned a long time ago, you want to designate every account for a purpose. Every account should have a purpose. If you're a swing trader, one account is for swing trading, holding on to those trades for a couple of days. Because like Mark said, eventually, if your analysis is right, you just have to wait for for it to get to your TP. Okay. So, I mean, this was a 4-hour trade, right? Well, it took 2 hours really to get down to this I want to say support level. So if this was a 2-hour trade and I knew eventually it'll get down to this point, all I had to do was really hold on to it, right? And then where would I put my stop loss? Okay, let me show you where I put my stop loss. If you're totally wrong about the trade, you want to put your stop loss above the last retracement that you saw here. Okay, so there's a huge gap between here and here. Okay, or you can do a closer stop loss like right here, because this was another retracement right here. Or you could put another stop loss right here, because this blue was another retracement. So it all depends on what kind of risk management you have. Okay, so you have 3 places where you can place your stop losses, but your TP's got to be, you got to look left to see where will you think that the market's going to drop down to by looking left. And when I looked left, this arrow showed me that, you know, the market did come down to there. As far as the wicks, I could have placed it right below the candles on the close or at the wick. So either or, right? Either or, because it eventually came down and hit this line, which was my support line. Okay. All right. So
Thank you.
let's look at
Yes, thank you.
a live chart, which is euro, because I mentioned to you guys, even though Forex is closed this weekend, cryptocurrency is it. Cryptocurrency pretty much trades all the time. So this is Ethereum. Ethereum took a huge drop, okay, from 1789 all the way down to like 14 right here, 1406. Yeah, it dropped on to 1406. So if you would have grabbed a sell and held on to it, okay, you would have been profitable down here. But as you can see, it looks like it's retracing, right? Looks like it's retracing. So I'm going to show you how I mark the chart up. I'm going to erase all of these lines. Okay. And again, this is the 4-hour. Bring it close. Now, another thing you guys can do, I don't know if you've ever done it, but you can also change from candlestick to lines. And then all the peaks that you see in the line, you could set your support resistance levels based on these peaks that you see by looking left. You can actually say, okay, here's a peak. And look at that. This peak, you draw a line and you'll notice that, you know, it hit that line multiple times. Okay. You can do right here. Look left, and look at that. It hit this peak right here. It went through it right here. And it hit this peak and it bounced off this line, which is a resistance line, and came down. Okay. And you could put another one like down here. Okay. See, it hit it. It hit it, it hit it, it hit it, it hit. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. And it goes straight through. So it tells you exactly, okay, this is a line to pay attention to. Because here it came down, hit it, went up a little bit, and then we broke right straight through it. And then you could put another line down here. Right? Because it came down to this line twice, bounced off. So now you know that this support line is where it would bounce off and try to go up a little bit. Okay. You could put another line right here. So you just want to make sure that your lines are connecting and it goes straight through from, by looking left. Okay. And this is on the 4 hour. Okay. Hold on one moment. Okay. And then you switch it to candles. And you'll notice a lot of the candles that closed or opened was usually on these lines, right? That's the trick of the trade. So now you want to focus on, okay,
No
you
pun
buy at
intended,
support, you sell at resistance. Okay, buy at support, sell at resistance. So if you know this is a support line, when it hits a support line, you want to buy. If you know this is a resistance line, when it hits resistance, you want to sell. You see? Okay. Now, the way you enter the trade, you wait for retracements. So if you missed it at the top, you wait for it to drop down a little bit and then come back up like it did here. The blue is a retracement. Okay. The blue is a retracement. A blue is a pullback. Okay, so if you miss it getting in up here, you wait for this pullback right here, this blue. Then you get in right on this candle. Then you have some consolidation right here. Never get in on the consolidation. When it goes left, when it goes right, when it goes up and down like this, you don't want to enter here. You want to wait. So you have to be a little bit patient. Okay. Okay. Because you have to wait. Because this candle is a pull down. It's like almost an engulfing candle of the previous candle. And then you would get in on this candle. And remember, these are 4-hour candles. So you could have got in on this candle for 4 straight hours. Okay, and look at that. It retraced and touched the line again. And on the next candle, it continue to ride down. Okay. So that's really a quick snapshot of what I do. And then you could put all kinds of stuff on here like, okay, so what trend are we in? We're in a downtrend. Okay. See, red cloud, downtrend. Okay, so the black flag's telling me downtrend. Okay, and you could put your moving averages, EMAs, whatever the case is. Mine, you look at the green. When the green crosses over the gold, you want to try to get in on a sell. Okay, and that's exactly what you see here. Okay, and then everything's sloping downward. So as soon as it crossed over, you see how it crossed over right here in this area? That green, right in this area, crossed over right on that candle. It crossed over. So you get on the sell. It could be another indicator for you. All right. And you can also use a Gobi Sniper Analyzer as well. I'm starting to use that again. And it gives you a sell signal right there. So it's pretty accurate, especially on this particular trade. It says sniper sell entry. You enter on the sell right on its candle. Okay. And bam. So you have a third indicator that's telling you what to do. So it's up to you now to execute the trade, get in, and then, hold on to it. If you're a swing trader, you hold on to it for a couple of hours. Okay. If you look at lower time frames, there's a lot of activity going on in that candle. Okay. So even if we go down to the 4 hour, okay, we take off all the indicators. We'll notice all this activity occurred, okay, within that 4 hours. So in the 1 hour, every one of these candles is 1 hour. Okay. So hour 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You go on to the 15-minute. Look at that. You have a nice drop in the 15-minute. Look at that. Each one of these candles was 15 minutes. Wow. Isn't that incredible? Look at that. Wow. Okay. And that's pretty much what I do. Okay. You guys could do the same thing. It's not that hard. I keep it simple for myself, right? Keep it simple. Okay. And that's how I really pretty much analyze the charts. Okay. I'm patient. I'm waiting for, this is like a pullback right here. This is like a nice little pullback. And then I'm waiting for stuff like this to happen. Okay. Okay, because look at this. This was a high. This green line was a high, right? And then this green line down here was the low. I'll change it to red as a ceiling, as a floor, right? So if you know patterns say whatever goes up must come down, right? So if you know this, if you set your high and you set your low, you can enter on the high and sell at the low. But it takes time for it to get down to the low, right? Because if we look at if we do this and pull out this pip calculator, it would have took 13 days and 4 hours. So this is a swing trade, right? If you held on to this trade for 13 days and 4 hours, from the top to the bottom, you're making money every day for 14 days. Pretty amazing, right? So you're sending your dollars out into the market to collect other dollars, right? To capture other dollars for 13 straight days. Okay. Where else can you do that? Because on a 9 to 5, you can only exchange hours for dollars. And those dollars are usually set by your manager, your boss, the company. They'll say, okay, you're only worth $10 an hour. You're only worth $15 an hour, And it's funny, you're not worth that much is what the position is worth, because you're worth more, right? You're worth more. You're worth more than that $15 an hour shift. So you have to say to yourself, if I'm worth more, I need to get paid more. How can I get paid more? By learning how to trade. Because once you master this, no one can take it away from you. This is a skill set You're now your own boss, and you could make more money than any CEO of any Fortune 500 company out there in the world. And then you can do all kinds of things with that money. You can buy real estate. You can invest. You can, be a philanthropist. You can give it all away. Okay. Some of these guys that I watch on YouTube videos, they'll make $100,000 in a trade, and you know what they do with it? They would buy a Lamborghini. Well, I'm like, wow, you could do so much with that money. But if that's their passion, if they're into cars, if they're into real estate, if they're into whatever they're into, they know when they spend $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, they have the skill set. They could go back into the market and make another $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 and not sweat it. They free themselves up from a job. They free themselves up from financial worry. They're probably debt free because they use only cash, right? Why you need credit when you can purchase something in cash? You can go to dinner, spend $3,000 and not sweat it. You can buy groceries. You can set up another family member who's having some hardships, put them in a condo, pay for the condo for the whole whatever, pay for their mortgage, their insurance, and set them up. Okay. But you're saying to yourself, let me do that for myself first, and then I could do it for others. Why not? Why not? That's why we do what we do. We do what we do for the benefit to live the lifestyle we've always wanted to live. You're not here by, chance. This is not chance. This is something that's going to be part of you for the long haul. This is something, once you master it, you can go in and cash out. Okay. Excuse me, cash in and cash out. But what else? Can I start with $10 and grow that to 100? Of course you can. It's going to take time. But what else? If I start with $100, can I grow it to $1,000? Yes, it'll take time. But know this, the bigger your account, the more risk you can take, right? I started trading $100,000 accounts. Those $100,000 accounts, I can do a 30 lot size, right? And the minute I'm in profit, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, I can pull out, make $6,000, and now my account is 100,000. Well, how do you say it? 106,000, because I had more leverage, right? The bigger your account, the more leverage you'll have. Okay. So now I can do bigger lot sizes and so on and so forth. And that's the name of the game. The bigger your account, the bigger your trade can be, the more money you can take. Okay. So you have a $100,000 account and you're not fearful of the market, and you hold on to your trade. If you're a swing trader, even if you're a scalper, you made $500 off that trade. You made $500 based on your analysis. You didn't do it by chance. Okay. You don't jump in thinking, let me jump in and see if the water's cold. You already know the water's cold. Okay. You already know the water's cold. You already know there's sharks in the water. You already know there's a deep end in the water. But what you have to do is avoid all that. So what do? You take precautions. You put on a life jacket, right? Before you jump in the water. You buy yourself a spear gun in case the shark gets too close. That way you can defend yourself, right? And you avoid the deep end. And that's what this is all about. When you're managing your money, you have to have smart money management skills. You don't enter the trade without a stop loss. You don't enter the trade without a take profit. Even if it's a small take profit, you set your TP, you set your take profit. It hits a take profit. You're done for the day. You're like, okay, I made $100. Let me walk away. But what we tend to do is like, okay, I made $100. That's a great successful trade. We have to understand that if we don't walk away, it'll take the money right back. It'll take it right back. They're like, oh, because the broker you're dealing with, he's like, oh, you just took $100 out of my pocket. Okay. So he's going to dangle the carrot in front of you and say, hey, enter it. Go ahead. Execute another trade. At that point, you want to walk away, because if you execute another trade and it reverses on you, you give him back his $100 plus 50. And I'm noticing that I could take 1 or 2 trades and walk away. Okay. Not 5, 10, 15 trades. Okay. Down, you know, I mean, if that's the type of trader you want to be, that's fine. But if you take 5, 10, 15 trades, you're over trading, right? You're over trading. Okay. You're hungry. You're thirsty. You're aligned. You're trying to devour your prey. You're setting traps. And if you're on point, you're on point. But one trade could just blow everything away. Okay. So look at the higher time frames. Look at the candles. The same exact candle you see in a higher time frame will develop, okay, on all the other time frames. That's why I like to start at the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Execute trades at the 1 hour, execute trades on the 4 hour. Okay. Because I know if I see a bullish engulfing candle on the 4 hour and I get in at the right time, I can ride that for 4 hours, 2 hours, and be in profit. Okay. So that's my 2 cents for today. Hopefully it excites you. Hopefully it gets you motivated. Hopefully you take it seriously, because I eat, sleep, drink this thing. Okay. You ever heard those sports players? They sleep with the basketball, or they sleep with the golf ball. They sleep with the baseball bat, because they know that that's part of their life. They got to get really good at it in order to be chosen to be on a team, and then take that team to the championship, take the championship, win the championship, get the ring, get the trophy, and then get the check. Okay. I was watching tennis, the US Open. The youngest kid ever at 19 years old won the championship. And I watched him and I said to myself, how did this kid become so good? Right? He was outsmarting the opponent. He was acing the opponent. He was faster than the opponent because he went after every ball. He didn't look at the ball and let it go, bounce in and go out. He let it bounce, chased it, hit it back to the opponent, and the opponent was stunned. He's like, how did he get that ball? Because he knew that he had an opportunity before it bounced the second time. He can still hit the ball over the net and score and get a point. So you have to have the mindset of a winner, mindset of a champion, mindset of a successful trader, mindset of becoming a master trader, and practice. And never mind what everybody else says. If they're like, oh, you're practicing on a demo account, why don't you use our live account? They have no bearing on what you're trying to learn. They're not you. Don't let them discourage you. Don't let them tease you. Yeah, anybody can make money on a demo account. Go live. That's a person who's jealous of you becoming a successful trader. Okay? Because when you get it, when that light bulb goes off, when that light bulb shines the room and you say, aha, okay, you don't have to prove anything to anybody, right? Let your success be your revenge. You don't have to brag, you don't have to boast. You just live your life and they will see the fruits of your labor. Your family, your friends, they will see it. They will see it. They'll ask you questions. Hey, where did you get that car? You probably financed it, didn't you? No, I paid cash. Oh, where are you going this week? Oh, taking a cruise to the Bahamas. Oh, stuff like that, right? The haters will be the haters, but at the same time, you're living your life. You're living your life based on your skill set, based on you going into the market, pulling out what you want out of the market. Whatever that number is, only you can set that number. But know this, nobody could take away this skill once you learn it. Once you learned how to drive, nobody can tell you can't drive. You get in the car, start the engine, you're off to your destination because you learn how to drive. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to stop the recording, but hopefully what I shared with you inspires you, gets you excited, gets you motivated, You have to read the Candlestick Bible. You have to read Naked Forex over and over and over and over. So much so that you know what the next word's going to be before you even read the next word. You know what the candle's going to be before the candle develops, because you know that once you see that candle, it's time to take action. Once that candle forms, once that candle develops, once that candle shows its hand, you deal it, you dealt with it, you enter it, you write it down, you take advantage, you profit, you get out. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness. Thanks for joining me this session. Again, I'm going to take a little sabbatical until December 7th. So, but stay plugged into my YouTube channel. I'll probably throw up some videos every now and again for you guys to review and so on and so forth. So